Hello and welcome to the December edition of the President's Message, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everybody, and welcome to 2024 President Vienna Laurendi.
Thanks, Brenda, for having me again.
Great to have you. We've got a lot to catch up on. It's been a busy few weeks at the BNAR, and I must thank you for coming to the Meat Brawl Challenge.
That's a hard one to say.
Meat Brawl.
Yeah, that was quite a fight.
Wasn't it something? It was our RPAC fundraiser on October 29th. We had more than 80 members attend. We had 5 realtor chefs who competed for the best tasting meatball before a group of celebrity judges. And what a fun night, Vienna.
And very hungry realtors, shall we add.
Yeah. Right.
And 4 of the 5 were Paisan, and it was a tough challenge. It was a good fight. And then we had 1 turkey.
Yes, it's true. The non-Paisan, if you call it Paisan, it was delicious. I have to give him credit.
It was very fabulous. He did a fantastic job, and I think that caught everybody by surprise.
And it's just a reminder again about the importance of realtor advocacy. And thank you for everybody who supported our cause. And I'm happy to announce that we hit our RPAC goal. Yeah. So it was a tough go, but we made it. And thank you to my RPAC committee in general and for your continued support. You were an RPAC ambassador, Vienna. Why was that important?
RPAC for me is super important, and spreading the word about RPAC was important because I've actually seen it come to fruition. I've been to Albany. I've sat down with the legislators that are in control of our property rights and our how we do business on a daily basis. And I've seen the changes that have been made as a result of our advocacy, and we can't do it without those RPAC dollars.
Well said. Now let's talk about some submissions and nominations that can still be made. We're seeking Realtor of the Year and Realtor Associate of the Year, and people who are working in those roles can even nominate themselves.
Absolutely, you can nominate yourselves. We're looking really for our unsung heroes. So your Realtor of the Year is going to be your broker owner of a company who is not just involved as a BNAR member, but also involved out in the community and mentoring realtors and being there for our property owners as well. Realtor Associate of the Year is going to be our salespeople, both licensed salespeople as well as broker associate brokers, licensees that are also doing the exact same. They're involved in not just BNAR as a member, but also involved in the community. I want you to bring me your unsung heroes, please. We really want to highlight those special people this year.
They deserve recognition.
Absolutely.
And Vienna, you were president this year. You had a very busy presidency and a very successful one, but you started through the ranks here at the BNAR by joining committees.
You got it.
And so is that why you advocate so strongly for getting involved in joining committees?
100%. I really, truly believe that my profession, both as an individual licensee, has really blossomed. I've really experienced so much growth by being heavily involved in the BNAR level, specifically with committees. But then my relationships with other members are so solid because you're face-to-face with members. We are competitors, but we're also colleagues. And the overwhelming majority of my transactions are so smooth because I have met and worked with somebody here at the board.
We shouldn't assume that you all know each other.
That's right. There are almost 4,000 of us running around.
Yes.
And only maybe 5% of us are actively involved at the board level. Can you imagine if 50% of us were face-to-face? Well, let's face it, only 20% of us are doing 80% of the volume. So if 20% of my membership was involved at the BNAR level, it would just be unbelievable.
And we want to run down your accomplishments. We could sit here all afternoon. I do want to talk to you about how proud you are to have brought Niagara Falls past presidents into the BNAR fold.
That was really important for me. It was something that I had been whispering to the Buffalo Niagara Association of Realtors for several years. And this was the year that the past presidents from the Niagara Frontier Association of Realtors were invited back to join us during directors meetings as well as to our member events. And for me, that is so important because we seem to focus on the city of Buffalo. And for me, it's important to remind everybody, our leaders and our membership, that we we don't just encompass the city of Buffalo and Erie County. We also encompass the city of Niagara Falls and all of Niagara County.
Buffalo, Niagara.
That's right.
It's very
Right in our name.
Yeah, it's right in our name. You fielded dozens of calls, no exaggeration, and emails, right? Because of everything that was happening with the lawsuit and everything else in the industry as a whole. And I know you made so many, countless phone calls to members. How do you think that went?
So I pledged to you in the very beginning of the year, Brenda, that I was going to reach out to every single one of our members. What a daunting challenge. I barely scratched the surface with our membership. But I don't want to give up on that goal. I didn't meet it for December of 2024, but on Kelly's behalf and the executive behalf, I have no issue with continuing in 2025 of reaching out to our membership. But there were so many broker owners and members, BNAR members, that reached out to me seeking guidance on our new standards of practice and procedures as a result of the lawsuit this year. So while I almost feel like a little bit if it was a overreaching goal, I've gotten an opportunity to talk to so many members on very positive levels, and everybody feels really good going forward.
That's a fantastic thing that you did, Vienna. And you mentioned Kelly, and it's Kelly Spurlock, who is the 2025 president, coming in with other folks who have moved up that ladder.
Right.
Well, and you feel like the association is in good hands.
They're in excellent hands. I was left in great hands thanks to Rosalind Bergen and the previous presidents prior to her. And Kelly and her executive team this year are also in outstanding hands. They're going to have a great start. The thing that I feel that I brought to the table right off the bat, I'm going to tease John Leonardi for a minute because he was very clear with me when I started, even just as a director, was to tone it down with the broker branding. When you're here at the BNAR, you are a Realtor member, you're a BNAR member. And I really think that I brought that to the extreme this year. You always saw me all year round in my BNAR blue.
Yeah.
I've been wearing the Realtor brand the entire year, thanks to Kenny Parcells, my t-shirt, and thanks to Tracy Casper, my tennis shoes. Those are our past NAR presidents, but it really is about showing the community that I'm a realtor, not just a broker with a particular brand.
You definitely lived up to that. I can attest to that because I saw you at least once a month supporting your R.
Yes.
Vienna, personally, I want to thank you for coming every month to do these president's messages with me. We've had so much fun.
We have.
I've learned a lot from you. It's been extremely informative, and thank you for your leadership all year long. It was not an easy year with the lawsuit, the seismic changes that took place, and you stepped up to the plate with media appearances and talking to committee members and everything else behind the scenes. So, Madam President,
Thank you
so much for everything. It's been an absolute pleasure to work with you.
I appreciate that so much. And I would not have been nearly as successful if I did not have the full support of our CEO, John Leonardi, as well as all of our staff, both the BNAR staff and the MLS staff, that were coming to my rescue on a continual basis. And even Bob, our handsome cameraman.
Well, and I want to do a shout out to Bob Kaczynski behind the camera, who does a fabulous job producing these segments and in the spotlight segments. Thank you to Bob for all of his hard work. You can reach him at All Services, Western New York. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Vienna, to you and your family, to Bo and his family, and to the entire membership. We look forward to talking to you in 2025. I'm Brenda Alacy. See you then.
See you then. Happy New Year.